In the landscape of American politics, few issues strike as deeply as the relentless surge of drug overdoses that has persisted across successive presidential administrations. From the Trump era to the Biden presidency, the nation has grappled with a crisis that knows no bounds, leaving devastation and heartache in its wake. As I reflect on this pressing issue, I find myself compelled to explore the underlying factors, assess the responsibilities of past leaders, and ultimately articulate why I'm placing my faith in RFK Jr. as a beacon of change. Let's start with the Trump administration. During those tumultuous years, the opioid epidemic reached unprecedented levels, leaving a trail of shattered lives and fractured communities in its wake. The overprescription of opioids, coupled with the proliferation of illicit drugs, created a perfect storm of addiction and despair. Despite promises of actions and initiatives aimed at combating the crisis, progress remained elusive, and the death toll continued to climb. Enter the Biden administration, ushered in amidst the throes of a global pandemic with renewed hope for change. There was an expectation that the tide of drug overdoses would finally be stemmed. However, despite increased attention and resources directed towards the issue, the situation's only worsened. We find ourselves now with alarming milestone after alarming milestone and a record number of overdoses happening in our streets, in front of our families, and within our communities. This is a huge, huge problem, and as a concerned citizen and father, these statistics weigh heavily on my heart. Behind each number is a story of pain, of loss, and shattered dreams, and as a father of 2 young children, I'm so scared that their future will be impacted by this. I'm so scared that my kids could become a statistic even though I try my hardest to be a great father. The problem is we don't know what could happen to our children. And that not knowing, well, we need somebody to figure this out. Which brings me to RFK Jr. In a political landscape that is often marred by partisanship and division, his candidacy represents a glimmer of hope, a beacon of change in a sea of stagnation. RFK Jr.'s platform prioritizes issues like healthcare and substance abuse, offering a refreshing departure from the status quo. His commitment to tackling the root causes of addiction, expanding access to treatment and recovery services, and promoting harm reduction strategies resonates deeply with me as a father and a concerned citizen. But it's not just about the policy positions, it's about the integrity, the empathy, and the genuine desire to make a difference. RFK Jr.'s advocacy for the most vulnerable members of society, coupled with his track record of standing up for what's right, instills a sense of confidence and hope for a brighter future.